This is my 56th crop. My brother and I have been innovators, and I was running 12,500 sheep here. Right? Wool industry went from $13 a kilo to $2.04, and I could see no way of paying the bill. I was going to lose my farm. Sold 12,500 sheep on one day and decided to go into total crop. I knew that I'm no better farmer than any other farmer in WA, that I would need to do something with the chaff in the header, because that's where most of the weed seeds were. Till Jeff Glenn from Agmaster said to me one day, because he was actually involved in the project with me, he said, I've found a bit of technology in a mill in Collie. Went in there, looked at it, rendering lumps of coal that big into dust like this. I looked at that and I said to Jeff, nothing will live in that. And that was the beginning of it. So Jeff Glenn built the first mill. The one and only Professor Stephen Powell's, at a meeting of the No-Till Association, of which I was the founding chair of the West Australian No-Till Association. We had a meeting in Kojonup. He tells me I badgered him, but the long and the short of it is, he rang me next day, and I spoke about what I was trying to do. I had a little speaking role of where I'd come from, where I was, and where I was going. And where I was going was trying to do something with weed seeds at harvest. He rang me next day, invited me down to meet with Michael and Professor Powell's, and that really is the beginning, the difference between success and failure. So they came down with a mature age student, Jason Ellerton. We went out there and tested this cage mill, the old cage mill, and we ran it at 7, 9, 11 and 1300 revs, and we got a kill curve. Powell's rang me up and said, Ray, you don't know how good this is. In fact, he said, the results are so good, do it again, because you must have missed something. So they did it all again. And we got that kill result. So Stephen Powell's gave me $20,000 out of his budget to make the trail behind. And then Michael continued to do the research work by introducing coloured ryegrass seeds into the mill while we were harvesting at a certain speed, certain amount of product through it, and he did all that science. So Michael spent absolutely months down there. It's been a great collaboration between science and cockies. And basically then, we had the success story with the trail behind. Head of horsepowers had just rocketed, whereas now you can buy 700 horsepower, 650, 700, just like that. I forgot to tell you something. He said, oh, what's that? And you could see two headers working. One there with the mill on the back, and one without. I said, Steve, I need a partner. This is going to take $1 million. I'm not prepared to lose my farm over it. That handshake became the project, because I knew if Steve built the first trail behind, and then it evolved to where I always wanted it, which is in the header. If we didn't have that combination of the scientists, the engineers and the farmers, we wouldn't be where we are.